If you're an entrepreneur creating content for social media and you got a digital product, a service, or a lead magnet that you want people to take action on, this video is for you. Because if you don't know how to convert them into clients or subscribers once they get there, then you are leaving money on the table. You need a landing page. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to create a landing page that clearly explains your offer and it makes people want to take action. Whether that's signing up, booking a call, or making a purchase. And by the end of this video, you won't just know how to build a landing page, you'll actually understand how to turn it into a high converting asset using frameworks from Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, and Dan Kennedy. I'm gonna walk you through everything that you need to know, such as writing good copy, building a transformational story narrative, social proof, and strong call to action. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm gonna break down the psychology that makes landing pages 10 times more effective. You're gonna learn the exact mental triggers that make people say yes before they even realize it.
The word is yes. Yes, yes, yes. Say it 1,000,000 times.
Just recently, I helped one of our clients optimize her landing page and fill up her coaching program. The problem was she has over 30,000 followers, lots of engagement, lots of traffic on her website. But unfortunately, we noticed that when people get to her landing page for her coaching program, nobody is really converting. She was lacking a title, lacking a description, lacking the benefits of her program. And it simply just looked like a number on a screen and a book now, and you don't really know what you're buying into. And so we optimized her page and now we filled up her program. And this is why having a high converting landing page is so important. So what is a landing page? And according to Alex Hormozi, it's a single page with a single goal. And that is to get somebody to say yes to your offer. Russell Brunson said, your landing page is your salesperson. It never sleeps and it does all the heavy lifting 24/7. In other words, your landing page is the bridge between interest and action. So let's start by covering the 8 essentials of a landing page. And this is gonna be the overall structure of a high converting landing page. And what I want you to do is open up a Google Doc right now or grab a pen and paper and actually work alongside me through each of the 8 sections. That way, by the end of this video, you can walk away with something tangible. The very first thing at the top of your landing page is of course gonna be your headline. This is gonna be your first impression and it needs to be outcome driven and very clear to your audience. In other words, if I don't know what I'm getting out of this in the first 3 seconds, I'm gonna click away. So how do you write a great headline? Well, first of all, it's gotta be specific. You gotta tell your audience exactly what they're gonna be getting. Second, it needs to be focused on outcomes. It needs to highlight the result that they're gonna achieve. And number 3, it should preferably have numbers or steps because people like structure and communicating that up front is gonna give them that structure. And this is one of the first things that a lot of entrepreneurs get wrong. An example of a bad headline would be something like free download or free guide or free checklist. But an example of a good headline would be something like the landing page playbook. And the psychology here is simple. People are constantly filtering for what is relevant to them. So the headline needs to hook them with immediate value that is actually applicable and relatable to them. The title needs to position your offer as a solution to the problem that they're seeking. Next up is your subheadline, which is the short line of copy directly under your headline that supports and clarifies and expands on the promise that you just made. And this isn't just filler, it's actually your second hook that builds trust and confirms the value that you promised. A strong subheadline will answer the question, why should I care right now? It actually is gonna add an emotional weight and a subtle promise or a personal touch. And ultimately, it's gonna filter the right audience for you and reinforce the benefit in a way that feels more tailored to them. So an example of a good subheadline will be the landing page playbook, build a high converting page that actually gets leads and sales. You can think of your subheadline as giving a second chance to emotionally connect with your audience. So use it to build desire and to tell them that this resource isn't just generic, it's proven and it is personal. Now let's talk about story. You see, most landing pages fail because they feel transactional. It's just enter your email and download now. But the thing is, in 2025, that is not good enough. And storytelling is everything. You see, it's not the best product that sells, but the best story. And people don't just want to get another PDF that's gonna sit in their hard drive. They actually are looking for a transformation. They want to know, is this gonna work for me? Can I trust you? And is this gonna help me with what I am struggling with? And that's exactly where your story comes in. For example, Russell Brunson teaches the hook story offer framework. And the middle part of the story is exactly where you're gonna be building trust. It's gonna connect your offer to real life experience that makes your landing page magnetic instead of forgettable. And ultimately, your story is gonna answer 3 questions. Why this, why now, and why you? Sharing your story isn't about sharing your entire life. It's simply about creating context for your offer. You see, I used to spend hours creating content for social media nonstop, thinking that consistency alone would lead to clients, but the truth is that it didn't. Then I discovered a simple framework that helped me turn viewers into actual sales conversions, and I put that into this free checklist. And really, that's it. It's simple, it's honest, and it's specifically tied to your offer. So your story should do three things. It should speak the same pain that your audience has. It should show a relatable turning point. And it should introduce your lead magnet as the exact solution that worked for you and can work for them. When your landing page includes even a short story like this, it stops feeling transactional and starts feeling like a connection. And that's what turns cold traffic into warm leads. And now it's time to let your audience know exactly what's in it for them. So now we're gonna be talking about bullet points that sell. So when creating bullet points, you wanna think benefits, not features. Your bullet points should paint a picture of the transformation that they're gonna get. And here's the key, people don't buy features, they buy outcomes. So saying something like, this includes 8 sections of landing page strategy, it really means nothing to the audience unless they understand why it matters. And a great example of this is Apple. When they first introduced the iPod, they didn't just say 5 gigabytes of storage, they said,
this amazing little device holds 1,000 songs, and it goes right in my pocket.
That one line changed the game completely for them because it spoke to the customer's needs and desires. So here's how you can do it. On a piece of paper, write down all of the features that you're offering in your product, lead magnet, coaching, whatever that is. And right beside it, I want you to write down what exactly that means to your customer. In other words, what is the benefit to them? So here's an example of a feature, 15-page ebook. And here's an example of the equivalent in value. The exact copywriting formulas that we use to hook, engage, and convert. You see, bullet points allow people to mentally check off value. Each one should be a mini win for them. And next up is social proof. Because trust is built faster when your audience sees that others are already believing in you. So make sure to include client logos, testimonials, download numbers, press features. These things work because people trust what others say more than what you say about yourself. Social proof will lower friction and will answer the unspoken question of, has this worked for anybody else? And when the answer is yes, they're more likely to believe that it's gonna work for them too. Now, here's an important mindset shift. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially if you're early in your journey or you're just launching something new, you may think that you don't have social proof, but that's actually rarely true. Instead of only thinking about direct outcomes from a specific product, I want you to zoom out a little bit more. Think about past clients that you've helped. Think about the wins that you've created through your experience, your skills, your guidance. Social proof doesn't always have to come from this exact offer. It just needs to show that you know how to deliver results. I always think that one of the most powerful and transformational tools that you can use in sales is actually conviction. If you can believe in yourself, you can make other people believe in you also. So look into your life, your professional background, and your story. Chances are you already have proof, you just need to frame it in the right way. The next up is the opt-in form. You want to keep this extremely simple. Name, email, and I think that's probably about it unless you absolutely need any more information from your clients. This is going to keep the process very easy, low pressure, and it's going to feel like a natural step forward. Now let's talk about the call to action. Your call to action button is where visitors make decisions, so it needs to complete the sentence, I want to get the free guide, send me the checklist. So this is where momentum either continues or completely stops. If your call to action feels confusing or like extra work, people are less likely to click on it. The best calls to action feel like a small win to your client. You see, some people decide quickly before they even get to the call to action, and others take their time reading your entire page. And that's why you should be repeating your call to action throughout the entire landing page. The first call to action is going to be for people who are ready right away. The second one, somewhere along the middle after a transformation or something, or maybe after your testimonials, is going to be for those people who were kind of on the fence and needed a little bit more information before making a decision. And the last one at the very bottom is going to be for those who need to read every single word on your landing page before being like, all right, let's do this. So you need to make sure that your call to action is consistent throughout the entire landing page. The exact same thing for the first one, for the second one, and for the very last one. All right, I know that was probably a lot, but I hope that it's helped you so far. But now let's shift over to psychology that sells. You see, structure alone is not going to make your landing page work. You need to hit psychological triggers that create urgency and create motivation in your audience. So here's 5 things that always show up in the best converting landing pages. Number 1 is scarcity. If something is limited, it feels more valuable. And this works especially well for webinars, free consultations. So if you say there's only 20 spots left, then make it true. And it's gonna play on the fear of missing out. And the next one is urgency. You see, people like to procrastinate, so you need to give them a reason to act right now. And a good example of this is, this bonus expires in 48 hours. And the third one is specificity. You need to be painfully clear. So swap things like get more leads to book 5 sales calls in the next week. Specificity is gonna build credibility, and it's gonna signal that you actually know what you're talking about. The fourth one is curiosity. You need to make your audience feel like there's something that they don't know yet. For example, here's a mistake that 90% of coaches make when trying to build their list. You see, curiosity opens a loop in the brain, and until that loop is closed, the brain stays engaged. And this is how you're gonna keep them reading and actually take action. And last but not least, it's pre-persuasion. You gotta frame the offer before they even get to it. For example, if you're already putting in the work to create content, this page is gonna help you finally get a return on it. You see, persuasion builds alignment, and it gets people nodding before they even see the call to action. And it's gonna set the context so that your pitch feels like a natural next step and not a sales interruption. All right, so now you know the full breakdown of what makes a landing page actually convert. We've covered the structure, the story, the copy, and the psychology behind why it works. And this is ultimately the foundation that turns a page into a powerful sales tool. And to make things even easier, I put everything from this video in a free PDF that you can reference as you build your own landing page. So make sure to check that in the description and download. Now that you've got the strategy, you're ready to build your landing page. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. I'm gonna walk you where to host it, how to set it up for free, and how to get it live in under 10 minutes, even if you're not techie. So if that sounds like something that you need, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. My name is Sebastian, co-founder of Awake Abroad Media, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.